Welcome back. It's time now for the Financial Week. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank are now demanding that governments in advanced countries apply more force in order to get their private and bilateral creditors to participate in the global debt relief initiative. The multilateral agencies argue that these creditors have been reluctant to sign on to the debt relief program, causing conditions in poorer countries to worsen. Andrew Laidley has the story.
The Debt Service Suspension Initiative was designed to help relieve the debt burden of poor countries for a specific period while they grapple with the economic impact of COVID-19. The group of 20 countries making up the world's major economies signed on to the program last year and has since decided to extend the program to June. But as World Bank President David Malpass explains, the program has not been as successful as intended.
So far, the relief has been less than anticipated because not all creditors participated. Large non-Paris Club bilateral creditors have only partially participated.
He says private creditors within G20 countries have taken a hard line and continue to demand payments from poorer nations.
Bondholders and other private creditors have continued to collect full payments throughout the crisis. The recent DSSI experience shows that commercial creditors won't comply with calls for voluntary participation in debt relief initiatives.
Mr. Malpass is now proposing that G20 governments implement a stricter approach to force buy-in from creditors within their jurisdiction.
As the implementation of the common framework commences, G20 countries need to instruct and create incentives for all their public bilateral creditors to participate in debt relief efforts, including national policy banks. They also need to forcefully encourage the private creditors under their jurisdiction to participate fully in sovereign debt relief for low-income countries.
Andrew Laidley, TVJ News.
Currency trading ended today with the greenback selling for $148.90. The Canadian dollar sold for $120.67. The pound sterling is going for $205.73, while the euro closed at $178.98. The JSE index lost 93 points today, while the junior market index gained 18 points. Among the winners were CAC 2000 9.5%, AMG Packaging and Paper, Epley Caribbean Property Fund, Indies Pharma, and Sagicor Select Funds Manufacturing and Distribution. Now on the losing side were Consolidated Bakeries, Iron Rock Insurance, Trans-Jamaican Highways US dollar shares, SSL Venture Capital, and Margaritaville Turks US dollar shares. And that's the Financial Week. News from overseas when we return.